Hey y'all, welcome back. Welcome if you're new here. I'm Prophetess Wendy and I'm here with another prophetic dream from the Lord. This one is about dog woman and dog boy. I had both dreams at different times. I'll start with the one that's titled Dog Woman. This one I had October 4th, 2024. I was at a place fighting with this dog-looking woman. And when I say dog-looking woman, I mean her head up here was of a dog, and then the rest of the body was of a female. But she was relentless. I started to call for my angel Michael's help, but he never came. Two other angels came, a female and a male. I thought they were training for sure. That means I thought they were in training. I asked who they were. They said they were sent to help me, and told me that the others were in a meeting. Upon their entrance, the dog woman paused, as if we were fighting. But then when the two angels entered the vicinity, the dog woman was like on freeze. She wasn't fighting me anymore, so we could have the conversation. So it's like they freezed her. And then we were able to talk. So she was like paused. Then I asked the angels how to kill the dog woman. They told me, and then they went to get a needle. Me and the male angel was holding the dog woman down while the female angel stuck the needle in the dog woman's neck. And even with the needle, the injection, whatever was in that thing that went into her body, we had to keep holding her down until she was melting away. So whatever they gave her, the shot, it melted her body away. That was the only way to kill her. And that was that dream. On February 1st, 2026, I had another dream about dog people. This one, I titled it Dog Boy. I had a dream about a boy who was of a family, but he was the only one who was different. He didn't understand his difference. Neither did his parents or his siblings. He acted strange to them, and they didn't understand why he was always acting that way. He then started to do his own research, only to find out that he had dog DNA. He allocated a room where on the wall, he was writing all his findings. He allowed no one in that room. I went in there and I saw he wrote that he had dog DNA. He was very upset at me for going in there. And I was telling him that there are dog man and dog woman and even Birdman. I was explaining it to him like the whole body would be human, then their heads would be of a dog or of a bird. He was shocked to know he wasn't the only one. With both these dreams, let's start with the dog boy, how the Lord was bringing it to me. So in this family, there was 3 children. The three children belonged to the father and the mother. They were their children. Except that 2 of those children were normal behaving. But that one was very odd in his behavior, very different from the others, though they're sharing the same parents. he was not adopted. He was their child. Yet, he was vastly different from the other two. They noticed his strangeness. He also noticed his strangeness. So he started to do research to find out why was he behaving in the way that he was behaving. And he secluded himself in a room where he was able to, like a scientist, do a lot of experiment testing, and then he would be writing his findings down on the wall. So I could see, like, when I went into the room, I was able to see like scientific mathematics kind of things that he was writing down, DNA kind of scribbles. And then I saw one part where he identified that dog DNA. So he wrote it on the wall, dog DNA identified. He caught me in the room, and he was very upset because he didn't want anyone to see, because he didn't want anyone to know that this was the findings, right? Because he felt strange. And now he's finding out that he had dog DNA, right? Now, when I woke up from the dream, what was coming to me is that the mother, they probably had IVF, where the DNA of the dog was placed in the mixture of the semen to be planted, right? So there was an added DNA that went in, unbeknownst to the parents, that was placed with the egg to bring forth this child. But this is not the parents doing. This is wherever they're doing this operation thing. That's where they're contaminating, they're crossing DNAs to bring forth these beings, unbeknownst to the humans that are going seeking for the help to be able to have children in such a way. But it only happened with one of their children, one of their child, right? He didn't know that it was not just him who was like this. So when I was telling him there's dog man, there's dog woman, there's even Birdman, this is the Lord's revelation to us that there are people amongst us who DNA was crossed with human and other beings, and we know that's the work of the fallen. They have been doing that. So those things that we see, supposedly Greek mythology or mythology, is not really a story, but it's real facts, like Birdman, Dogman. These are beings that are amongst us even today, basically, as the first dream says. And they're not just coming. I think it's like, this guy, this young boy, he was presenting human-like for a very long time, until in his teenage years, he started to change. Things were happening. I think the closest thing I can say to that effect is when I haven't really watched the Marvel movies, but I think Spider-Man, when he got bit by the spider, after a while, then he was able to have these kind of things that was strange things that was happening to him, right? It's kind of like that, except he wasn't bit by anything. It was just DNA placed in him, I guess, at a certain stage. It matured where it was now coming forth more than the human part of him. It was presenting itself. So there are people amongst us that looks like us, but they're not fully human, is what the Lord is saying. There's not just dog boy, but there's dog man, dog woman. As the previous dream stated, I fought with one of these creatures. And I'm telling you, I was fighting this woman. I was fighting this thing, really fighting, but she was good with her fighting. I was good with my fighting. But it would have been a forever thing. And I decided to call for heaven's help. The Lord sent 2 angels, and I was able to get the information on how to kill this thing, which it wasn't by my hand. It wasn't by their own hand. I'm sure that if it wasn't that we would need to do it ourselves, they probably would be able to finish her. But to show me as a human what it would take to kill a thing like that, it was a needle. What was in it, I'm not sure. But we had to inject her in the neck. So they have to be killed from the neck in some portion of ways. And you're not going to just leave them there, because I guess if you leave them there without them melting away, then they might be able to come back. I don't know. But the Lord is just warning us that the things that are coming, the things that are already here, to be honest, but in times ahead, closer than further, we'll be faced with the challenges of these things to be able to fight with things that we're not yet equipped to fight with. So that is that. Be warned, knowing that not everyone that looks human is human. So you have to be wise as a serpent and gentle as a dove. And pray for increased discernment, especially at this time, so you're able to know, even if they're human presenting, that they're not fully human. Amen. Okay, so that's it for this revelation, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.